One of the important things about getting involved in at-large within ICANN is understanding what ICANN does and what it doesn't. ICANN involves itself in domain names, meaning how you get to internet content. It does not get involved with internet content itself. In a recent controversy that the board had to go through, they approved the .xxx top-level domain. It attracted a lot of controversy on a global basis, but most of the controversy was indirectly applicable at best because it was talking about adult-oriented content as opposed to .xxx, which itself is simply a domain. It wasn't content unto itself. A lot of the problems that this engendered had to do with things beyond what ICANN was able to do because ICANN is not involved with the actual content of the website, merely how you get to them. So while there was a lively debate, it was difficult to focus that debate because so much of it was from people wanting to talk about the content of what would be underneath the domain rather than on the appropriateness of having the domain or how it was allocated in the first place. One of the things about knowing about the maturity of at-large and what's happened with the process is knowing a little bit about the history. When at-large started, it was a creation of the Board of ICANN that was trying to figure out how to engage the global community. So what they started doing was the first ALAC, called the Interim ALAC, was all appointed by the board, trying to assert the public interest, but it was still an appointed body. Over the last few years, that transitioned to something that was totally organized through what's called at-large structures, through bodies that are broken down into 5 regions, and in the case of the North American region, accepts individual members as well. So that now has a fully democratically participating body, which has elected officers, of which I'm one, and with the goal of trying to expand the reach of at-large to truly represent not only conventional internet policy experts and people who gravitate to that, but also people who simply have an interest in making the internet work better, especially this particular corner that ICANN is interested in.
And very few of them know what ICANN is, understand ICANN's function. They do not know what a registrar is. They do not know what a registrar function is. So let alone the expectation that they will understand all of the technical procedures on the internet for resolving abuse issues, I think is an unreasonable expectation for the general user.
So in the United States and around the world right now, there's this movement going on, Occupy Wall Street, Occupy the various centers of the world where money and power concentrate, and that's kind of like what working with the user community here is. It's a chance to come forward and speak truth to power, to demonstrate that there is a need to stand up for the common good, for a common resource, and to make sure that the policies that are created to govern it are not made by the corporations themselves, which has been the case here for a long time. And we hope to change that, and we need people to help us do it. And so we're looking for you.
And I think that this is a perfect organization, Naralo, and the at-large structures for engaging ICANN and engaging other user representatives, if you will. And the organization itself, the at-large group, is a wonderful group of thinkers and listeners, and they come from such a diverse background that you always hear something new. And it's been, this is my fourth official ICANN meeting. I did go to one sort of ad hoc meeting in Washington, D.C. before that. And I think it's been about 5 years that I've been involved with ICANN in one way or another. And all of these experiences have been extremely useful. And I appreciate the opportunity to do that. Thank you.
Roberto Diaz from the Internet Society of Puerto Rico. We are one of the large organizations of the Naralo, and I encourage you to be part of it. We believe that this is the right environment to get your ideas across if you like the internet, so be part of Naralo.
ICANN public meetings are an inclusive space for everyone to be a part of, especially for those who are representing developing countries like me. And it's very important to bring your voice here and also to take back whatever is discussed here on global level back to your community.
Capacity building is particularly important in developing countries because the next billion users will come from these countries, not Europe and not North America. You can fill one of these seats. You can have your voice heard. Join ICANN today. Thank you.
If you like the internet, and you should be better involved. I did it some years ago and I learned a lot of things. It's a very exciting process, I can promise you, and you should get involved as well to strengthen the user representation at ICANN.